Well, when it comes to anime in 2024, that conversation hasn't started out in a very, very light and, I guess, happy way. As I was scrolling through Twitter, it took me almost 24 hours to come up with enough guff to make this video, but I'm scrolling through and seeing many friends in person and in the anime community, along as also people making YouTube videos about this topic. I turned off my phone, looked over at my Dragon Ball Z collection on my shelf, and tried to, absorb the news that the creator of several series, a man who has influenced so much of the anime industry over the last generation, Akira Toriyama sensei, passed away this last week. Seeing a lot of the people in the community I know let out their emotions for it has kind of helped me grasp a little bit that I still really don't know how I'm feeling, and other than devastated, I'm almost at a loss for words, which is why it's taking me so long to record this video. I've been blogging on anime for 10 years now, starting in 2014. Been watching for over 20. So over 3/4 of my life, I've been a part of this community, and even since I was little, a big part of that was the works of Akira Toriyama. Whether that have been me staying up from sunrise to sundown playing Budokai Tenkaichi on the PlayStation, to collecting the cards, to begging for action figures of the franchise, to even, suffice it to say, like millions and millions of others, not only creators in the anime industry in Japan who took influence from this man, but his works of anime and manga, whether I like it or not, there's something that I gladly have to say is intrinsically Dragon Ball Z, the Dragon Ball franchise, Dr. Slump. Akira Toriyama has been a part of my life in one of the biggest ways, not only just from childhood, but what his work has done for the industry that I've only wanted to love become mainstream, to be respected, to flourish. And he was one of the biggest minds in this industry that helped to do that. Back in when I said I was blogging, I know a lot of people that have read my blogs or my occasional 5-year run on YouTube when I just make videos for fun when I feel like it, or want to analyze and review a show or a franchise. I'm not really known as someone who kind of picks out or wants to talk about said mainstream is the word I'm going to say, shows. As much as being cynical about new anime as I can be, I do still indulge in it, and I'm still part of the community, but I'm mostly known for going back to more obscure, older shows, mecha, maho shoujo, maybe even seinen or josei shows. Several genres that I love going back, and I usually cover ones that people don't really see as, oh, that's anime, I've never heard of that. I usually don't make videos about stuff like this, but today is a very, very special case. If you want to say mainstream, I would just say one of the goated, greatest and most influential shows of all time, the Dragon Ball franchise. I've maybe covered Cowboy Bebop, but other than that, I don't really talk about mainstream shows that much. And slapping on the screen here are some just, ones that I've been recently rewatching or watching and have written blogs on in the past, just a spread of random stuff. And I can't focus on that because my mind is only tunnel vision trying to come up with the words of what that man meant to me and the utter devastation that our community, not only our community, but the utter devastation and the unimmeasurable pain and worry that his friends, family, co-workers, and loved ones are going through at this terrible loss. And I'm going to try not to take anything for granted, and it's sappy to sit here because I never met the man, but the anime industry for over 3 decades has known who Akira Toriyama is, and his loss is way too big to put into a 5-minute YouTube video. And the ideal thing that makes it hurt the most for me is I actually last month started a re-binge of Dr. Slump. Yes, one of his less popular shows, maybe less not known, but yes, it has hundreds of episodes, several movies, and actually last month I just binged like 50 episodes of it, and it's strange just to think that 3 weeks to a month later, the guy that you looked up to and loved his art so much is just gone like that. And I think I owe it to myself now, starting after this next drag of my cigarette and the feelings come down, I'm going to take the adventure and watch all of Dr. Slump. I've seen all of Dragon Ball Z. We don't talk about Dragon Ball GT or Kai. The original Dragon Ball, I've seen all of that, but I'm going to make it a mission in tribute to Akira Toriyama sensei to finish all of Dr. Slump. And I'm going to have a bitter taste in my mouth because of the reason why I'm just now doing it. But to him, I just feel like I need to watch all of his works now because his work is timeless. And I don't ever want to take that for granted again. So thank you for watching, and if you'll excuse me, I have some shows to watch and some grief to undergo.